Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. All is well. All is well. It has to be your mindset. All is well. Yeah. Also, beautiful soul. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Rainey, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Remember, the mindset is all is well. All is well. All is well. All is well. You have to walk around with that mindset. All is well. Everything is in a mess and all is well. That's a strange paradox. I get that. It's a strange paradox. But you have to understand that the mess is in your mind. It's not in reality. The mess is only in your mind. It's not in reality. I need you to understand that. All is well. There's nothing wrong with your life. There's nothing broken. You don't need to be fixed. You need to better understand yourself. That's why you're on this spiritual awakening journey, so that you can better understand yourself. All is well. We don't need to try to fix reality. We don't need to try to fix people. We don't need to try to change our partners and change this person over here, change our kids, change the boss so that they can be what we need them to be, so that we can be happy. No, all is well. Everything is in a mess, but all is well. We project the mess onto reality. We project the problems onto reality. We project the story that we create in our minds about how we think things should be onto reality. You got to understand that you're just out of alignment with reality. That's the only problem. And anytime that reality doesn't align with what you think should be and how you think things should go and why you think this shouldn't have happened, and you're already in trouble. You're already in trouble. The mess is in your mind. It's not in reality. It's not in reality. Reality, that part right there, Lynetta, that part right there. Thank you so much, Mama, for giving me that, throwing me that lob off the glass. Reality doesn't need your help. What reality is asking you to do is show up to the moment empty-handed. Can you just do that? Can you just show up to the moment empty-handed? Stop carrying your problems to the moment. Stop carrying the unhealed version of you to the moment. Stop carrying everything that went wrong and all of your yesterdays to the moment. Reality is only asking you to show up empty-handed. That's it. Leave your problems at the door when you come to the present moment. Leave yesterday's version of you at the door when you come to the present moment. Leave what you think you know at the door when you enter into the present moment. The present moment can't teach you anything because your hands are full with everything that you used to be. Your hands are filled with everything that you think should be and what should be happening and all of these other things. No, reality doesn't need you to bring anything to the moment. You contaminate the moment you bring something to this moment. You contaminate the entire moment. It does not need you to bring a single thing. Come with an open mind. And understand that human beings are the most unpredictable creatures on the planet. What are you doing placing expectations on some person that is always changing? The person is fluid. They're not concrete like the story you've created in your mind. They're not concrete like your expectations. Your expectations are concrete. The person is fluid. What does that mean? That means that they may love you today. They may fall out of love with you tomorrow. They may be here today and they may want to go do something different with their life tomorrow, but the story that you created in your mind is concrete. So you don't want the person to go live their life. Why? Because you need this person to be what you need them to be for you, so that you can be happy and so that you can get joy and you can get pleasure out of the situation. But what about them? What about them? Let me say this. There is nothing on this planet more important. Take God out of the conversation. There is nothing on this planet more important than your vibrational frequency. Nothing. There is nothing on this planet more important than your vibrational frequency. Not that person you're chasing, not the job that you have, not your reputation or your persona or the masks that you wear. There is nothing on this planet more important than your vibrational frequency. And your only job, you ain't got one job. Your only job is to remove anything out of your life in this moment that takes you out of alignment with that frequency. It's got to go right now. That toxic relationship has to go right now. It's too expensive. You not believing in yourself has to go right now. It's too expensive. You not loving yourself unconditionally has to go right now. It's too expensive. What is it costing me, coach? You disconnected from God. You're disconnected from love. You're disconnected from happiness and peace. What do you mean? What is it costing you? It's costing you everything to hang on to the toxic relationship. It's costing you everything to not believe in yourself. It's costing you everything to not love yourself unconditionally, period. It's costing you everything. It's too expensive. It's too expensive. Anything that takes you out of alignment with your highest vibrational frequency has to go now. That's not even open for discussion or debate. That's just where we start. That's just the start point. Anything that takes you out of alignment. See, that's how the toxic relationship became toxic. Because this person was taking you out of alignment with your highest and best self, and you didn't walk away from the situation. We're gonna live in the truth here. They showed you something, whatever it was they showed you, you didn't like it, but you desired to have access to this person to such a degree that you were willing to overlook that. That part right there, Vonnie, that part right there. Anything that takes you out of alignment with your highest vibrational frequency has to go now. I don't give a damn what label they carry. I don't care what position you've played. You got to understand, every person in your life in this moment is only playing the role that you assigned. There's not a single person in your life in this moment that's in your life without your consent, that's in your life without your permission, that's in your life without you signing off on them being there. Not one. So every person in your life is only playing the role that you assigned. They only have the power that you give them. They can't do anything without you signing off on it first. So I can be the most toxic person in the world. I can't make you accept that. But the moment that you accept that, you become the problem, not me. The moment that you accepted something that you know you didn't deserve, the moment that you accepted something that you know was beneath your value and your worth, you became the problem. Don't blame the person. Stop blaming people. The problem was that version of you that you became in that moment that accepted that. That's when the relationship became toxic. That's when the situation was beneath everything that you know you are. The truth is hard to hear, but you're going to hear it here. We're so busy wanting to blame everyone else for the way we feel, blame people for where we are in life. Coach, they ruined my life. It's humanly impossible for a person to ruin your life. Humanly impossible. Humanly impossible. No one can ruin anything without your permission. No one can ruin anything without your consent, because every single person that's in your life is only in your life because you're allowing them to be there. I can walk up to you right now. I can't just enter your life. If you don't let me in, how am I going to get in your life? I can't gain access to you unless you open the door. And whatever happens on the up, see, here's what's wrong when we don't love ourselves. How are you supposed to know what love is if you don't give it to yourself first? I said, how are you supposed to know what love is if you're not giving it to yourself first? I need you to sit with that. I don't give a damn if you got to climb a mountain to sit with it. Sit with it. And don't move away from that question until you get the answer. Don't get the answer from some person. Get it from God. So that way you know you got the truth. How are you supposed to know what love is if you're not giving it to yourself first? You set the blueprint. The blueprint to love comes from you. So if you're not operating out of your blueprint, that can only mean that you're operating out of someone else's blueprint. And their blueprint for what love is may be out of alignment with what your definition of what love is. How did that happen? You are love. You don't seek love, you are it. How did love fall out of love with love? How did love stop loving itself? Man, you got to wake up to that. I said, how did love? I'm asking you with a straight face here. You are love. Love is not what you seek. It's not what you acquire. It's not what you chase. It's what you are. How did love develop the ability to stop loving itself? How'd that happen? One more time. How are you supposed to know what love is if you don't give it to yourself first? How are you supposed to know? And if the blueprint to love isn't coming from you, whose blueprint are you using? If the blueprint to love isn't coming from you, the billion-dollar question is, whose blueprint are you using? That's why so many of you guys stay in relationships past the expiration date, right? Because you don't know what love is, because you weren't giving it to yourself first. You don't even know what it is. So if you don't know how to love you, and then I come walking down the street, how am I supposed to love what you don't even love? When I meet you, there should be a blueprint in place for how you want to be. Catch this, man. When I meet you, there should be a hard blueprint in place that I have to live up to. I've got to climb the mountain to get to where you are. You don't come down in the lobby to where I am. No, you stay at the penthouse, and every single person that you add to your life should have to elevate themselves to match whatever the blueprint is that you create. But if you're not loving yourself, there's no blueprint. There's nothing for me to follow. Which means I'll start loving you the way I think you need to be loved, not the way you deserve to be loved, because you don't know what that looks like. There wouldn't be a single toxic relationship on the planet if people actually love themselves. And if you don't love yourself, you have no business in a relationship. No business. Because you are a liability to yourself, not the asset. You jumped into the relationship because you weren't loving yourself. You jumped into the relationship because you weren't believing in yourself. You jumped into the relationship because you weren't showing up for yourself. And you wanted this person to be all of the things for you that you were not for yourself. In that moment, the relationship was over. It was just a matter of time. Everything after that was just a matter of time. Everything after that was just reality playing itself out. The relationship was in trouble the day you showed up empty-handed. You didn't show up with the love. You didn't show up with the belief. You didn't show up with the self-worth. You didn't show up with the self-respect. You didn't show up with the self-care. You didn't show up with the unconditional love. You didn't show up with any of that. You showed up looking for someone else to give you what you weren't willing to give yourself. That's how attachments are created. Most people don't realize that. Attachments get created because of something that we weren't willing to give ourselves. You weren't loving yourself. You're not believing in yourself. You're not showing up for yourself. You're not investing in yourself. You're not doing any of these things. And then you walking down the street, or you at some coffee shop or some party or some event, and you meet someone. And then you add this person to your life. And let me tell you the blessing that God gave you in that moment. He gave you a blessing so cold. Let me see if you catch it. The blessing that he gave you in that moment is he knew. You may not have known, but God knew in that moment that none of what you were seeking could come from that person. But to your sleeping mind, you thought that that person was your everything, because you're thinking that the way you feel and the emotions that you experience come from the outside in. No, everything comes from the inside out. Nobody gives you anything. Everyone helps you to unlock what's already there. So here's what's important. You added this person to your life. And when you added this person to your life, God gave you an object. Come on, man. This is the most beautiful. This is symphony music. This is better than poetry here. When God gave you that person, he gave you that person out of love. But let me tell you why he did it. He gave you that person because in that moment, he knew that you would have something to attach meaning to. And when you had something to attach meaning to, it allowed you to experience and unlock everything that was already inside of you. That's why he did that. He wanted you to feel everything that you had been missing out on this entire time. You associated the feeling with the person. To your sleeping mind, you thought that the person was responsible for the way you were feeling in that moment. So you started clinging to them, started chasing them, started becoming attached to them, because what that person was supposed to do was just jumpstart all of the feelings that you hadn't been allowing yourself to experience on your own. That's the only reason. It's the only reason why that person was in your life. That person came into your life to be a reflection of everything you weren't giving yourself. But when you lack self-awareness, you don't realize that. So you think everything is coming from them. And when they walked out of your life, you turned all of those feelings back off. You turned the love back off. You turned the happiness back off. You turned the joy off. You turned the peace off. You turned it all off. Never realizing that it was never coming from anything outside of you. That's how powerful you are. Thank you, little sis. Does that make sense? Is there anybody that's stumbling or fumbling with that? Yeah, the person was a gift. The person was a gift. Watch this. Boom. Ah, man, we can go to the bottom of the ocean now. We're going to go to the bottom of the ocean now. You need a submarine. You need 2 killer whales with you. You need a blue whale. We get ready to go all the way to the bottom of the ocean right now. I'm going to give you something. And I need, if you never show up, let me say this to you right now. If you never show up again, ever again, to another one of my live streams, take this with you, please. If you never, ever, 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 ever come back for any reason, it doesn't matter. Just take this with you. Let me tell you what's happening to you. God is giving you blessings and battles. I need you to understand this. The battles are a metaphor for all of the problems and the obstacles and the challenges and the things that you need to overcome. So when he gives you the blessing is short-lived. It's going to bring you temporary joy, temporary excitement, temporary happiness, and then it's going to go away. And right after the blessing, here comes the battle. The battle, again, is some obstacle that you're going to have to overcome, some challenge, some level of adversity, something like that. But here's what I need you to understand. The battle is coming because it gives life harmony. If your life was filled with blessings, you would be a shell of yourself. And if your life was filled with only battles, there would be no happiness in your life. So you get the blessings and you get the battles. Here's what you need to understand. The battle is infinitely more powerful and more important to your life than the blessing ever could be. Because the battles is what's transforming you. The battles is what leads to self-awareness. The battles is how you become the most powerful version of yourself, not through the blessings. The blessings only give you balance, but the battles is what's transforming you. Let me tell you the problem. Through your programmed mind, you look at the battles as a negative thing and the blessings as a positive thing. That's why you think something is wrong with your life, because you may be in a season of your life right now where you're dealing with a battle. But if you bring blessing energy to the battle, you'll understand that everything is fine. I'm being transformed. Every single thing that's happening to you in this moment is happening to you for your good, whether you realize that or not. What's making it negative is the meaning that you attach to it. That's the only thing that makes it bad. Good or bad doesn't exist in reality. It only exists in your mind. So because you're saying, oh, my life sucks right now, I got this going on. You may be in a season of your life right now where you're dealing with some battle. That may be some health situation. You may be going through a divorce. You may be going through a bad breakup. You may be something may be happening at work. Let me tell you when you become the most powerful version of yourself. Watch this. Don't miss this. You become the most powerful version of yourself when you look at the battles through the same filter that you look at the blessings. Everything changes. You become the most powerful version of yourself the day that you start looking at the battles through the same filter that you look at the blessings, because that's what's hurting you. All of your suffering in this moment is coming from the way that you look at the battles that are happening in your life. It's not reality that's creating the battle. You won't even see it. It's not reality that's creating the battle. What's creating the battle is the meaning that you attach to your life. What's creating the battle is the story that you've created in your mind about how you think things should be. There really are no battles. It's really just blessings. But you won't understand that until you are fully spiritually awakened. You're going to continue to look at your life through one of those filters. You're either looking at your life as good or you're looking at your life as bad. Again, because that's your programming and conditioning that has you looking at your life that way. When you become spiritually awakened, you'll look at everything as a blessing, which means you'll wake up every single day with joy, with happiness, with love in your heart, with peace in your heart and in your mind, because you'll understand that you were walking around with some story that you created in your mind about how you think things should be. You were placing expectations on people. You thought that your happiness came from outside of you. You were living out of your yesterday. You were carrying yesterday's wounds with you every single day and projecting them onto the present moment. You were the source of your problems. You were the source of your suffering. There is no suffering outside of you. All of the suffering happens in your mind, and then you project that onto your current reality. It's a diamond hard fact. Life gives you blessings and it gives you battles. You need the blessings, but you also need the battles. The battles are infinitely more powerful and more impactful and more important to your life than the blessings ever will be. The blessings are wonderful, but they don't lead to your spiritual awakening. They just give you balance. Does that make sense? Is there anyone that didn't catch that? No, the blessings do not lead to a spiritual awakening. And you got to understand that. Like I said again, if you only receive blessings, right? If every day was a blessing, that would be, it would almost seem like a punishment, because it's like every single day, you would never be growing. You wouldn't evolve. You wouldn't change. You wouldn't transform. If I take you to Disneyland every single day, that's not going to transform you into a powerful person. Yeah, you might be joyous and walking around and skipping and dancing and whatever the case may be, but it's not going to transform you into the most powerful version of yourself. Only the battles do. But the problem is that we categorize the battles as negative and we categorize the blessings as positive. And so, but the suffering is, but the battles aren't negative or positive. They're nothing. They're only the meaning that you attach to them. The meaning that you give the battle and the meaning that you give the blessing is what creates the emotional experience. It's what you believe in that moment that's creating the problems in your life. The battles are the only things that will transform you. Nothing else will transform you but the battles. So I need more battles. The blessings are wonderful that I have. I've reached a level of awareness where I'm looking for the battle. Because what you guys are going to understand is that as you become more self-aware, you're going to realize that you really are the source of all of your problems. All of your problems, 99.9% of the problems that you experience in life are coming from your own mind. It's coming from the story that you create about reality. It's coming from the story that you create about people. It's coming from the assumptions that you make, right? Assumption, experience, belief, or assumption, belief, experience. Yeah, self-awareness, Queen Nita. It's the most beautiful thing in the world, because when you become self-aware. You shape and give meaning to your circumstances. Not reality, not God, not anything. You shape and give meaning to your circumstances. It's all coming from you. Someone else, if I were to replace you with someone else may walk into your situation and not look at your situation as being, matter of fact, someone else may be so happy to be where you are right now. See, that's what that's where we get it wrong. Everything that you prayed for God to bless you with is something that you're complaining about right now. You prayed for that job that you have, and now you're complaining about it. You prayed for the relationship, and now you're complaining about it. You prayed for the house, and now you're saying it's too small. Every single thing. You prayed for the car, and now you're bored with it. Every single thing that we ask him for and that he blesses us with ultimately ends up being something that we're complaining about. And so in the complaint, what's wrong with the complaint is that it lowers your vibrational frequency. So then God is saying, and then you're still praying for more things. God is saying, well, damn, how can I give you more if every time I give you more, you only complain about the more that I give you? You're going to turn around and be complaining about it. You still praying right now for stuff, but you complaining about the things that you already have. Listen, unhappiness only comes into your life for two reasons. There's only two things that are happening in your life that will cause you to be unhappy. It's only two things that you have to master. You either have something that you don't want, or you want something that you don't have. Those are the only two reasons that will cause unhappiness in your life. You have something that you don't want. That might be a relationship, something that's happening with your job, something that's happening with your body. There's something there that you don't want. And what's happening to you is that you're having a negative reaction to the thing that you don't want, which is producing all of the unhappiness. Or you want something that you don't have. which means that you're waking up every single morning and you're doing subtraction. Happiness can never be in a state where you're operating out of and you're doing subtraction all day. You're focused on what's not there, what you don't have. You're holding your feelings hostage. You're saying, I'll be happy when I get the new body. I'll be so happy when I get the new job. I'll be so happy when I get the new relationship or when my divorce is finalized or whatever. Why are you waiting to be what you already are? None of those things has anything to do with your happiness. None of them. Why are you waiting to be what you already are? You can't acquire happiness. How can you acquire what you already are? You can't lose happiness. How do you lose what you already are? But you can block yourself and block its presence in your life. And you're blocking its presence in your life because, again, you're thinking or focusing on what's missing, or unless you be blissfully happy right now. You're constantly thinking or focusing on what you don't have, on what's missing, on what's not there. I'll be happy when. I need to change this about myself. We walk around in some constant state of dissatisfaction. Life can only be understood in reverse. Your life makes perfect sense in reverse. When you look back, it makes sense. But when you look forward, it doesn't make sense to you. Why? Because your brain is always trying to predict some outcome doesn't have the power to predict. Just think about what I'm saying, you'll see it. Life only makes sense in reverse. And that's the thing right there, Tara. That's the thing. You're not missing anything. And you create the suffering because you're always worried. You're always stressed. You're creating your anxiety because, again, it makes sense in reverse. Makes all the sense in the world in reverse. It doesn't make sense moving forward. Why? Because moving forward represents uncertainty. Moving forward represents the unknown, and you can't predict the unknown. So you obsess about it. You think about it. You project what you think. And we talk about this all the time. It's not the future that you're afraid of. It's humanly impossible for you to fear the unknown or for you to fear the future, right? What you fear is what you imagine might happen in the future. That's what's producing your fear. That's what's producing your anxiety. That's what's producing your stress and your worry. What you imagine might happen in the future. All fear is a misuse of your imagination. That part right there, which going back to my original point, it's all happening in your mind. You're creating the mess. All is well, all is well, all is well. Everything is in a mess. And all is well. Why is all well, coach? Because the mess only exists in my mind. My problems only exist in my mind. My fears only exist in my mind. They don't exist in my neighbor's mind, only in my mind. That's why self-awareness is so critically important to your life. It's more important than anything. I could make the argument. It is the case. It's more important than anything because it's the only thing that can unlock your divine essence. I just want to help you to unlock your divine essence. That's it. That's all. Once you're unlocked, then you're on your own. I can't take you anywhere because you're already there. How do I do it, coach? Don't apply effort and don't make it a goal. Self-awareness is not a goal. It's what you are. It's who you are. It's your natural birthright. It's not some goal that you make. Yeah, but it's that's how you master. That's what we don't understand. The secret to life is, can you master you? That's it. That's it. Can you train the dog That's it. That's the whole secret right there, because once you've mastered your mind, you've mastered life. You've mastered reality. You've mastered everything. You understand what you are. You understand what your purpose is. You understand what your mission is. You understand that nothing outside of you has the power to hurt you. You understand that all upset exists in you. You understand that people's negative criticisms and what they project on you, onto you, and all of those things has nothing to do with you. You understand that this life is about you. You have to be greedy now so that you can become generous later. That's what self-awareness. You are a single player. You are not playing some multiplayer game. You are in a single player game right now. Get to the top of your Mount Everest. And don't let anyone slow you down. You don't need to carry anything. See, when you look at your life like this, you're walking up this mountain. It's the biggest mountain you've ever seen in your life. And there's stairs going up this mountain. And every time you take a step, the step behind you falls off. So you can't turn around and go back. Every time you take another step, you don't try to count how many steps are in front of you. That's not your issue. Your only job is to focus on the step in front of you in that moment. Not 2 or 3 steps, not what might happen 7 steps down the road. Stop focusing. Stay in the moment. The step that you are standing on is so important because it's the only one you own. The step behind you is gone. That being a metaphor for whatever it is that happened yesterday. That's what repentance and awareness means. Take on a new mind. Hit the reset button to who you are. Rebuild yourself. Run different programming. What's hurting you is the programming and conditioning that you're operating out of, not reality, because the programming and conditioning that you're operating out of is not in alignment with reality. That's where all of your suffering is coming from. It's the only reason why you suffer. The story in your mind does not match the story that reality has for you. It's the only reason why you suffer. You're beautiful, you're amazing, you're powerful. You just don't understand yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. Most beautiful creature ever created is you. I need you to hear me when I say that. It's not a play on words, and that's not bumper sticker talk. The most beautiful creature ever created is you. How lucky we are to have access to you. I don't give a damn how much money is in your account. I don't care if you're behind in your rent. I don't care what's going on with your current circumstances. I don't care who you used to be yesterday. The most beautiful creature that God has ever created is you. He gave us one you. Oh, how lucky we are to have access to you. Oh, how lucky we are to have access to you wherever you are in this world. Whoever the people are that have access to you right now, oh, how lucky they are. But if you don't carry yourself with that energy, they won't either. 8 billion people on the face of this earth, he gave us one you. One turquoise rose in his garden called you. Yeah, there's yellow roses. Yeah, there's pink roses. Yeah, there's red roses, but there's only one turquoise rose. You're the turquoise rose in his garden. How are you watering yourself? How are you loving yourself? What type of soil do you have yourself planted in? Who have you given access to you that maybe doesn't see the value that you bring to the moment? You're the only turquoise rose in his garden. And here's the thing. Once that rose is gone, it's over with. We don't get another one. We don't get to do this again. There is nothing more important than your time. Because you build everything with it. I can make the argument that time is infinitely more important than love is. Because without time, I can't even experience love. I can't experience anything without time. So anyone that I allow to have access to my time had better be special. I said any person that I allow to have access to my most precious resource had better be so special. What do you mean you've added this person to your life and they're disrespecting your time? What do you mean you've added this person to your life and you turned down the value and all you got is your time? What do you mean you've added this person to your life and now you're walking on eggshells and not speaking your truth? You are disrespecting your time. Everything else is only the extension or the byproduct of your time. That job included, the kids included, your significant other included. None of those things would be there if you hadn't made an investment of time. You mean to tell me with a straight face, you got people around you right now that are disrespecting your time? The fact that we even have to have that conversation is disrespectful. And here's the problem. The person that you allow to disrespect the time, you place more value on them than you place on yourself. That's why you let them do it. I said the person that you allow to disrespect your time, you place more value on them than you place on yourself. Damn. That's how we moving. And then you're talking about, we're sitting here walking around talking about the fact that human beings are mistake-making machines. Human beings are mistake-making machines. And when you lack self-awareness, you're always doing what's in your best interest at that time. When a person lacks, so here you done added this person to your life. Not only are they disrespect, if a person will disrespect you to your face, imagine what they're doing behind your back. I said, if a person will disrespect you to your face, imagine how much they disrespect you behind your back. Because if you're nothing in my presence, you are most definitely nothing in my absence. Let me tell you something that you need to understand. This should either scare you or ignite you. It should scare you or ignite you. You choose. Let me tell you something that self-awareness is going to teach you about people. The only thing you know about people is who they are when they're around you. I said the only thing you know about people is who they are when they are around you. And let me blow your mind real quick. If that person benefits from you, somehow, some way, if there is some value that you bring to that person's life, somehow, some way, they will transform into a version of themselves that they have never been in life until they extract the value from you. And then the moment that that person gets whatever it is they came to get from you, they'll change. They'll start to transform back into who they really were in the beginning. And then that's when you start to wake up, because you start to see the change. People see you how they need you. And once their need changes, so does their behavior. So does their attitude towards you. So does the love that they used to have for you. So does all of the kindness and the compassion and the understanding. Where'd all that go? Where'd all of that kindness go? Where did all that compassion go? Where did the high level deep communication and all of that where did those 2 and 3 a.m. in the morning phone calls and we would just sit there? Now when I call you, you barely got time for me. I can barely catch you now. I damn near got to book an appointment just to get you to sit down. In the beginning, you were all up underneath me because they got what they needed from you. That's what happened. Whatever they came to get from you, they got it. And once their need changes, so does the behavior. But when you lack self-awareness, you don't understand that. You thinking something is wrong with you. No, there was nothing wrong with you. What was wrong with you, it was that there's a version of yourself that attracted that person into your life to begin with. Call that person to the front of the class right now, please. Call him or her. No. Everybody get out of the way. Call that version of you to the front of the class, because if you don't fix what's broken in you, you will continue to attract people like the one that has been hurting you. Same demon, different body. This goes above discernment. Don't attach discernment to it, because you won't know. You won't see it. You need self-awareness. It's the only thing you need. There's only 2 types of people in this world: people who are self-aware and people who are not, period. That's why your journey has to be to become self-aware, because when you become self-aware, you will only attract other self-aware people into your life. You won't be attracting these low vibrational frequency people into your life anymore. You won't be attracting people that only want to take from you. You won't be attracting people that only make withdrawals from you and make very few deposits. That's what's going to happen to you. That's why I tell you guys, become self-aware. It has nothing to do with discernment. Self-awareness has nothing to do with the discernment. What you have to, and let me tell you why I say that. Because there's only 2 types of people that you're going to meet. People that want to build on you and people that want to build with you. And you won't know the difference in the beginning. The person that wants to build on you wants to leverage you somehow, some way. There's something that they want from you in that moment. But they will wear the mask, the same type of mask as the person that actually wants to build with you. Because the person that wants to build with you in that moment wants to add value to you. Wants to make deposits into you, wants to bring the world and hand the world at your feet and all of those other things. But in the beginning, you won't know which version of that person you're meeting. That's why self-awareness is so important, because when you become self-aware, you don't have to worry. You don't have to walk around with your guard up, because anyone that you attract, you're going to know whether or not that person is self-aware, because you are. One more time, going back to what I said in the beginning, how are you going to know what love is if you're not giving it to yourself first? How you gonna know? Because when you become self-aware, you become unconditional love. So in that moment, nothing is a threat to you. No person is a threat to you. And then when people start to speak, people who are self-aware speak a certain language. Let me say it that way. People who are self-aware speak a language that people who lack awareness just don't speak, don't even understand. You'll hear it in the conversation. You won't even have to look any further. You won't ignore the red flags when you are self-aware. The self-aware person would never ignore the red flags. Never. Would never turn down the volume on your voice, would never walk on eggshells, would never take the disrespect, none of that. Only people that lack self-awareness do that. Only people that are operating out of lower mind do that. Why? Because you're operating from a place of need. You're coming from need. There's a void in you, and you think that this person can fill the void. And when you lack self-awareness, you think that whatever you're feeling is coming from the outside in, which is what creates the attachment. I hear you. You change. I see you. I see you, Mama. Thank you. But does that makes sense? You guys understand it? So the goal is to just become. That's the goal. Period. Right. Has nothing to do with whether you want to date people or what you want to add to your life. The goal is just to become self-aware. That's it. That's all. Why? Because that's where. What do we say all the time? Every version of yourself exists in this moment right now. Every version of you that you have ever been, every version of you that you will ever be, all exists in this moment right now. You are in control of what frequency you choose to tune into. Has nothing to do with reality. Has nothing to do with your significant other. Has nothing to do with the kids. Has nothing to do with your job. It's all on you. Every single person that you have ever been, every single person that you hope to become, you are in possession of right now. It's all a frequency. You are a walking, talking frequency in this moment. This is why I said there's nothing more important than your vibrational frequency, because your vibrational frequency, when you're operating at the highest vibrational frequency, I'm tapped into love. I'm tapped into God. I'm tapped into peace. I'm tapped into joy. And anything that takes me out of alignment with my highest vibrational frequency has to go right now. I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you to be a good person. I'm not going to see you through your potential, but ignore the reality of who you are. I'm not going to project what I hope you might become in the future. Right now, who are you right now? Damn who you might become. Who are you now? Because if you're not operating on the same frequency that I'm operating on, I can't give you access to me. I'm God's greatest asset. That's how you got to be looking at yourself. Why would you give God's greatest asset? Why would you give some low vibrational frequency person that hasn't done the work? After you've done the work and you climbed the mountain and you studied and you read the books and you've gone through your isolation phase and all of these other things, why would you then turn around and allow some low vibrational frequency person that doesn't want to do any of the work to now have access to you? Make it make sense. Because the self-aware person is never lonely. We're never bored because we're too busy growing. I don't have time. I'm always growing. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have time. I just don't have the time. I'm in the community helping my students become more powerful than they are in this moment. I'm on the phone with my mom, or I'm coaching someone, or I'm learning and doing. I don't have time. So I'm not chasing anything. We're always growing. When you become self-aware, you're in a constant state of growth. You just don't have time. That part right there, Ellie. And isolation is your gift. It's not a punishment. Somebody said they love how I always enjoy the negative comments. Yeah, you can't. See, and that's a beautiful thing. You know, when you become emotionally bulletproof, that's one of the best things that self-awareness is going to bring to your life is you just become emotionally bulletproof, and you understand that anything that a person is trying to project onto you it is something that they're in possession of. So when a person is giving you negativity, or they're giving you drama, or they're giving you their pain and they're projecting that onto you, they can only give you what they're in possession of. You can't give me something that you're not in possession of. So if you're giving me negativity, or you're negative in the comments, that can only let me know that you're already on fire. Emotionally, you're already suffering. Emotionally, you're already in a mental prison that's made up of your own thoughts. Why in the hell would I ever even respond to you? Why would I even give you my energy and then take myself out of the frequency that I'm in right now to become a lower frequency, which is where you are, which is why you're emotionally on fire? There's no word that I could come up with in the history of language that would create more suffering in your life than the suffering that's already going on. Nothing. That's what you guys have to understand. Anytime that person is trying to project that negativity onto you, there's no word in the history of language. If you take every word that's ever been created in the history of this planet, there's nothing that you can say in that moment that's going to cause more pain than the pain that they're already experiencing. That's why they're projecting it onto you, because they can't handle it. They're looking for you to be that outlet. They're looking for someone to be that outlet to the suffering that they're already experiencing. Why did you jump on that grenade? Why'd you jump on that? Hey, Nicole, what's up, mama? Not only that, you're being tested. If you are one of God's chosen ones, you're being tested. He's paying attention to how you react. He's paying attention to who you become when the world doesn't see you as the most favorable version of yourself. You guys don't know that? You're being tested. Hang on, you guys. I'm telling you, you're being tested. Every single day. Come on, Nitro. Every single day. How can he trust you if you always reacting to every little thing? How can he trust you? How can he trust you if you're not loving yourself? How can he trust you if I can walk up and say something to you and get you to come out of character? How can he trust you if you don't show up for yourself? How can he trust you if you don't believe in yourself? How can he trust you if you allow fear to have a seat at the table of who you are becoming? How can he trust you? How? That part. The most important person you're going to ever lead in your life is you. Don't ever forget that. The most important person you will ever lead in your life is you. If you can't lead you, how are you going to lead someone else? How are you going to lead someone else? How can he trust you? Which is what self-awareness. Come on, man. You got to catch this. You don't understand what self-awareness is doing? Self-awareness is transforming you into a leader. Jesus was trying to build leaders, not followers. He didn't want you to follow him anywhere. He was trying to build leaders. Mindset Masters, my company, that's what we do. I'm building leaders. I don't want you to follow me anywhere. You can't follow me anywhere because I can't take you anywhere because you're already there. You don't follow anyone. Self-awareness transforms you into a leader. And the first person that you're going to lead is you first. After you develop the ability to lead yourself, God is going to put you in a position to lead all of those people that were once where you used to be when you first started out on your self-awareness journey, because you're going to be an energetic match to all of those people. But first, you got to lead you. How can I be a leader if I'm shrinking in the moment? How can I be a leader if I turn down the volume of my voice? How can I be a leader if I'm not speaking my truth? How can I be a leader if I'm allowing people to disrespect me? How can I be a leader if I think that my happiness exists somewhere outside of me? How can I lead? Now, I understand you giving someone a second chance. I get it. But you guys know my philosophy on that. You never give, a person an opportunity to show you twice what they've already shown you once. You get to fumble me one time. See, when you become self-aware, that's going to be your mindset. You get to fumble me one time. It better be a good fumble. Ooh, it better be a good fumble. It better be the best fumble in the world. Whatever you fumble me for, it better be worth all of the gold in the world, all of the diamonds in the world, all of the whatever it is in the world. I'm telling you now, whatever you fumble me for, it better be good, because you won't get a second chance to show me twice what you've already. Stop allowing people to waste your time twice. First time on them, second time on you. Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome, Mama. You're so welcome. Stop allowing people to waste your time twice. I'm telling you. That part right there, Rika, once is enough. You only get to show me one time. See, what happens is that people don't fumble things that they place value on. That's why you've never walked down the street and seen a diamond just sitting on the corner. You've never walked down the street and seen gold just sitting on the corner. Why? Because the value is too high. Never in your life have you walked down the street and there was just a diamond just sitting there on the corner. The value is too high. You got to become the diamond in your life. You have to be the diamond in your life, and stop letting people fumble you. Stop letting people treat you the way that they want to treat you versus you being treated the way that you got to set the standard. Because if you don't set the standard, then it'll never be set. There's certain things that you have to do to go get that diamond. You don't get to just walk in there and just pick the diamond up. There's certain things that you are going to have to do, certain hoops that you are going to have to jump to, certain requirements that you're going to have to come with in order to get that. Whether I got to go work somewhere, whether I got to go cut grass, there's certain things. And then when you get it, you're going to put it in a safe somewhere. The things that people value, they would never fumble. And the problem is that in your mind, you think this person places high value on you. But if they're disrespecting you, how are they placing high value on you? If they're not loving you, how are they placing high value on you? If the relationship is toxic, how are they placing high value on you? If this person is abusing you in any shape or form, how are they placing high value on you? Or is the high value only in your mind, not in reality? That's the problem. That's the problem. The value that you think they place on you does not align with the reality of what's happening in that moment. We place expectations on people. I get that. I get that. But let me ask you the most important question with respect to expectations. Where do they come from? Let me see where you are in your awareness. The expectations that we place on other people comes from where specifically? Somebody said the lack of our mind, society, our ego. I like that. Our mind, you, us. Our beliefs about ourselves, us lacking something, trauma. I like that. Us, society. Our own desires, our woundedness. Woo! God, what I bring. Us in our environment, your own self. I like that. Conditions. Not valuing yourself. I like that. Feelings. I like that, Nitro. I'm going to blow y'all mind. I'm going to blow your mind with this one. You will never forget this. You may have forgotten everything else that I said leading up to this moment. You won't forget this. Let me ask you this question. Be honest. Have you lived up to the expectations that you place on yourself? I understand what you need everyone else to be for you, but have you lived up to the expectations that you place on yourself? Be honest. Because how can you expect someone else to live up to what you can't even live up to? I said, how can you, with a straight face, expect someone else to live up to expectations that you don't even live up to yourself? And watch this. Let me show you you just for a moment. Let me be a reflection just for a moment. Damn. If I'm busy trying to live up to your expectations all day, how am I supposed to have time to live up to my own? I said, if I'm busy trying to be everything that you need me to be so that you can be happy, when will I have time to live up to my own expectations? Inquiring minds want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. See, we don't think about it from that perspective. Why? Because when you're operating out of lower minds, when you're operating out of your programming and conditioning, you're only focused on what's in your best interest. You're only focused on your desires. You're only focused on your needs. You're not focused on the fact that this person can't probably even live up to their own expectations. They're probably falling short when it comes to their own expectations. And then here you come, setting your 5-ton expectations down on this person, and the person can't live up to that. There isn't a single person on this planet walking that can live up to your expectations consistently. There isn't a single person on the face of this earth currently that can live up to your expectations consistently. That's the key word. Moments, yes. Occasionally, yes. All the time, no. You're putting too much pressure on the person to be something for you that you're supposed to be for yourself. Everything that you want this person to be for you really comes from you. The love comes from you. The respect comes from you. The belief comes from you. The joy comes from you. The happiness comes from you. It all comes from you. Now, you may think that it's coming from the other person. No, you're attaching meaning to the other person, which is unlocking what's already inside of you. But nothing comes from them. The trust doesn't even come from them. You don't trust them. You trust your beliefs about them. You trust your hopeful expectations about them. You trust the ideas that you've created in your mind about who you think they are. That's what you trust. And then you project that onto the person. No, coach, that's not true. I do trust my significant partner. Well, then why'd you stop trusting them? You stopped trusting them because your ideas changed. You stopped trusting them because your beliefs changed. You stopped trusting them because your expectations were shattered. That's where and you pulled the trust back. It was never on them. It was projected onto them. And it's the same thing that we do for love. The same way that we project trust onto people is the same way that we project love onto people. You always think that it's coming from them. It's not coming from them. But that's a different conversation for a different day. Let's get back on these expectations real quick. You said you do not need to explain your standards? Wait. Lily, I think her name was Lillian. Lillian, you said you don't need to explain your standards? You don't see do you not see the problem with that? Let me ask you a better question. Liliana, beautiful name, mama. Beautiful name. Oh my God. Beautiful name. Do you not see the problem with that? I'm not challenging you here, but do you not see the problem with that? Does anyone see the problem with that? Or is it just my mind? Sabrina says she sees it. See, the problem with that is that we teach people how to treat us. We give people a world-class education into who we are based upon what we accept, based upon what we tolerate, based upon our boundaries, based upon our standards. You have to teach me because I'm not a mind reader. I don't know. So when I walk into that situation, I don't know what your standards are. How will I know? right? How will I know if you don't sit me down and give me a world-class education? I didn't say give me an education all the time. Give it to me one time. Because the moment that I disrespect that, in that moment, you got to make a decision. But the point not to be missed is this. I won't know what you need if you don't tell me. You got to teach people how to treat you. You got to teach people what you accept. You got to teach people what you're not. You have to teach people. Don't assume that this person is just going to figure it out, because what you're assuming is that they're operating on some level of emotional intelligence that you are. People can't understand themselves. People can't understand you any deeper than they understand themselves. Let me say that one more time. People will never understand you deeper than they understand themselves, and most people don't understand themselves. People will never love you deeper than they love themselves, and here's the problem. Most people don't love themselves. So you rely on this person that you're going to add to your life to just figure it out? Hell no. I'm going to give you a world-class education so that way we can't pretend that I didn't know. Because see, the I didn't know is a get out of jail free card. Well, you never told me that. Get out of jail free card, and you the one that gave it to him. No, you sit that person down when everything is cute in the beginning, right? When there's cotton candy and unicorns and everybody's in this state of euphoria. That's exactly when you sit that person down and say, let me tell you about who I am. Turn the TV off. Let's turn the phones off. Let's turn everything off. Take the Netflix, keep the rate, turn the music off. We don't need the R&B in the background. Turn it all off. Let me tell you who I am, so that way we don't ever get it confused. This is who I am. And then you break down who you are to that person. And then we never have to have this conversation again. And then we can go back to being cute. We can go back to pillow talking. We can go back to all cupcaking and all of that. We can get back to all of that. But before we do that, you need to know who you are, who I am. And I need you to tell me who you are. And the reason why I say that is because the way whatever your definition of love is, I can promise you it's not the same as the definition of love that exists in the mind of that person. Two different versions of love. What does love mean to that person? What does it mean to you? Because you might be operating out of a brand of love that I don't want anything to do with. I don't know where you picked up your definition of love. You got all of these people walking around and you don't know what love means to that person. So you gonna trust that? No, I need to know who you are. Yeah, we don't need the homie, lover, friend playing in the... Y'all crazy. But that's so no so but again, like I said again, we give people a world-class. See, people are watching you. That's what you have to understand. People are watching you. And when they're watching you, they're watching what you tolerate. They're watching what you accept. They're watching how you take care of yourself. They're watching how much you love yourself. They're watching all of these things. You're giving them a world-class education, whether you're verbally saying it or they're just peeping it through your behavior. The point not to be missed is that they're picking that up. So you can walk in with this 5-star mentality. You can walk in with this 5-star attitude about who you are. But if you don't keep that up after that conversation, right, then when that person looks at, oh, that was just some affirmation talk that she had. That's not really who she is behind the scenes. That's not really who she is every single day. She doesn't show up as that version of herself every single day. You only sold that version of yourself to me. Does that make sense? So once you tell this person who you are, stand on top of that. Don't tell them who you are, but then you really don't take care of yourself. You really don't love yourself. You really don't go to the gym. You really don't show up for yourself. You eat bad. You don't invest in yourself. And then you expect this person to treat you like some 5-star person when behind the scenes you don't do it. Both, Samira, tell them and show them. I'm going to tell you and then I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you first so there's no misunderstandings. So that I can go back. Remember that conversation we had 6 months ago? Remember that conversation we had a year ago? So that way there's no pretending there. But then I'm going to show you through my actions. So one more time, let me dive into this real quick. The expectations that we place on others comes from the unhealed versions of ourselves. Did you guys know that? The expectations that we place on others comes from the unhealed versions of ourselves, period. Period. Meaning, catch this, meaning. The size of your pain is equal to the size of the expectation that you'll place on that person. The size of your trauma is equal to the size of the expectation that you'll place on that person. Why? Because it's coming from all of the voids that you have in you. It's coming from the emptiness in you. It's coming from your brokenness, right? And so you're expecting this person, you're hoping that this person can start feeling these voids in you that you lack the ability to fill yourself. Because the fully healed version of you, the self-aware version of you, would already know and understand, expectations are the mother of suffering. Expectations are the mother of suffering. Expectations are the mother of suffering. And everything that I want from this person, I already have the power to give to myself. That person can be the cherry on my sundae. Absolutely. All day. Can be a whole bowl of cherries on your sundae, but can never be the sundae. The fully healed version of you already understands that. The self-aware version of you already understands that. The broken version of you doesn't understand that at all. And so you start placing these expectations on this person, and then the expectation turns into an attachment. And it turns into an attachment because, again, God gives you the ability to experience what you weren't giving to yourself. So you get to feel that love. You get to feel that happiness. You get to feel that joy. But in your mind, you think it's coming from them. It's not coming from them. It's coming from the meaning that you attached to them. You attached meaning. And then you created a story in your mind regarding who you thought they were. The story is what unlocks the emotion, right? The secret to life is meaning and emotion. Meaning unlocks emotion. Meaning unlocks emotion. And then you create a story that you project onto the person about who you hope this person is going to be for you. The role that they're going to play in your life. The future that you're going to have with that person. It's all happening in your mind. It's not happening in reality. That's what you have to understand. You become the most powerful version of yourself when you control meaning. When you can control meaning, it's game on. You're the baddest thing walking when you can control meaning. That was the first thing that I started chasing. Once my mentors and masters taught me that, it's the first thing that it was the first trophy I went after. Control meaning. When you control meaning, you control life. Because life doesn't come with built-in meaning. It only has the meaning that you attach to it. So I can control how I feel from moment to moment because I control what things mean to me. So it doesn't matter what you walk up and call me. You calling me out of my name or disrespecting me. It's all predicated on the meaning that I choose to attach to it. What you're saying is powerless. It only has the power that I give it. What you think is powerless. It only has the power that I give it. Your criticisms about me are powerless. They only have the power that I give it, which means that I control everything. That's how you truly become emotionally bulletproof. Control what things mean to you. Because when you don't control what things mean to you, you're going to suffer. Are you in control of the situation, or is the situation in control of you? Are you the master of the moment, or has the moment mastered you? And when you control what things mean, you're always in control of the situation. You're always in control of the meaning. Nothing has the power to upset you. Nothing has the power to hurt you because you control what things mean. And then when you tie self-awareness into it, then you're like, that person is suffering already. Whatever it is that they're trying to project onto me is only coming from their suffering. It has nothing to do with me. And I didn't create the suffering. So why am I taking it personally? You become something different. When you reach that level of awareness, you become something different. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can hurt you. All right. For those of you guys that are new to the platform, my name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. First and foremost, I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. I hope I left you better than I found you. That's my goal. Anytime I go live, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Time, my goal, my purpose, my mission in that moment is to just leave you better than I found you. More enlightened, more awakened, more motivated, more inspired, all of those things. So hopefully I did not disappoint in that regard. Again, my name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness and self-mastery, just helping people to understand that you are both the problem and the solution to your own life. And that's the most beautiful thing in the world, because that's an easy fix for me. It's so easy. It's so easy, such an easy fix, but you're also a masterpiece and a work in progress. The goal is to get your mindset up to masterpiece level. The goal is to bring your self-awareness up to masterpiece level, right? The goal is to bring the amount of belief that you have in yourself up to masterpiece level, because God's already created the masterpiece. You're already the masterpiece. What's happening in your life in this moment, whatever it may be, it's not your fault. I need you to understand that. Whatever is happening in you right now, whatever is happening with your current circumstances, or maybe in your relationship, whatever it could be, none of it is your fault. There's no one to blame here. It's one of the things that I teach. There's no one to blame. Stop pointing the fingers anywhere outside of yourself and understand that you are running certain programs in your mind. And what you also have to understand is that the programs that you're running in your mind right now didn't come from you. You did not deposit those programs. Those programs were deposited by your parents, by your grandparents, by your family, your aunties, uncles, friends, magazines, TVs, all of these different things. I could make the argument that there's not a single thought in you, an attitude, a gesture, a belief, an idea that isn't coming from someone else. I'll qualify that. What'd you show up with? The day that you were born, what'd you show up with? There was nothing in the computer. It was empty. That's why you were so happy. That's why there was so much joy. That's why you were unconditional love. There was nothing in the computer. It was empty. Now you've got all of these apps downloaded in your mind. Now you've got all of these programs downloaded in your mind. Well, where'd they come from? They didn't come from you. So what happened is that people started having access to you. You started hearing things. You started transforming and becoming something different. You started being what your parents wanted you to be. They were projecting their unhealed versions of themselves. They projected their pain onto you. They projected their fears onto you. They projected their doubts and their limiting beliefs. Here's something that's mind-blowing to you, or should be mind-blowing to you. Anytime that you're afraid of something, it's actually not your fear. It's not your fear. It's a program that someone else deposited into you that you're projecting onto the situation. Even when you doubt yourself, it's not coming from you. It's coming from a program that you're running where someone would have told you who you think you are, and you're not that special, and you're not smart, and you know, the world doesn't spin, turn, and revolve around you, and all of these different things. And then in those moments when you should be showing up as the most powerful version of you, you show up as a lesser version of you. Not because there's something wrong with you. Love yourself in this moment. Just take a moment right now. Just take a moment to love yourself right now. Everything is fine. I tell you guys, all is well. All is well, okay? You're in a position right now where you're getting ready to change your life. Don't fight the resistance. Don't reject anything. Don't project anything onto anyone. Just sit back and be the observer. For the next 30 days, just be the observer. You have the experience. You have the awareness behind the experience. And then you have the story that you create in your mind about the experience. That's what's hurting you. You are creating stories in your mind about the experiences that you're having in reality, and all of your suffering doesn't come from reality. It only comes from the story that you keep telling yourself about reality. Why? Because our emotions, we can only experience our emotions through the stories that we tell ourselves about what's going on. No story from this moment moving forward. No more stories. Only tell yourself stories that make you feel empowered. Only tell yourself stories about where you are going. Only tell yourself stories about who you are becoming. Only tell yourself stories about how lucky you are that you are one of God's chosen ones. Any story about what happened yesterday and who stopped loving you and who didn't believe in you and who didn't choose you and who divorced you, we don't have time for that. It's all weak energy. We don't have time for that. Focus on where you're going. The only thing that matters is this moment. What are you going to do with it? Who are you becoming now? We understand who you were. Who are you becoming next is the only thing that you should be focused on, because anything outside of that is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Okay? It's irrelevant. The past, present, and the future all exist right now in this moment. There's just this moment. Master the moment. And you mastered the moment by taking anything out of the moment that takes you out of alignment with your highest vibrational frequency. That's where you start. Master the moment. Start number one. Stop telling stories that don't make you feel empowered. Okay, no more stories. No story, no stress. No story, no unhappiness. No story, no depression. No story, no fear. If you stop creating stories about reality and just embrace reality and understand that every single thing that's happening in this moment is either a blessing or a battle. The blessings you need, the battles you need, because the battles are transforming you into the most powerful version of yourself. They're leading you to awareness. They are infinitely more important to your life than the blessings ever could be, but you're categorizing them wrong. You're looking at them through the wrong filter, which is producing so much of your suffering and unhappiness because you think something is wrong with your life. Nothing is wrong with your life. Everything is beautiful. The mess exists in your mind, not in reality. So listen, again, my name is Jordan Williams. I'm a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness and self-mastery, teaching people all over the world just how to become unlocked. You're already the human manifestation of greatness. You're already the human manifestation of love. You're already the human manifestation of belief. I can't add any value to you. And I say that with such humility. I can't add value to value. You already are everything you need to be. I just need to help you to remove some of the roadblocks that are stopping you from experiencing everything that you already are. No person can add value to you. You can't add value to what God created. That's what I need you to understand. Stop allowing people to take credit for what you are. You cannot add value to anything that God creates. You can add value to what man creates all day. You can add value to anything that man creates. You will never be able to add value to anything that God creates. You can't add value to the diamond. You can't add value to the gold. And I can't add value to you. It's already priceless. You are already priceless. I just need you to understand that. And when you start walking in that mindset that I am already priceless, that nothing that I add to my life will add value to me, it may help me to unlock something that was already in me. It may help me to unlock some experience that was already there. It may help to enhance me somehow, some way, but it can't add value to me. Nothing can. That's how amazing you are. Most people just don't realize that. We think that our value comes from the things that we gain access to throughout life. So if you don't have a lot going on in your life right now with respect to material possessions, you'll think that you're not doing well in life or you're not winning in life, and nothing could be further from the truth. Your value can never be found in your valuables. All of those things are just an extension of who you are. Okay. So, again, my team and I created a community called Mindset Masters where I teach exactly what we're talking about right now. If you are one of God's chosen ones, if you feel you are one of his chosen ones, If you are on that spiritual journey right now, if you are ready to transform yourself into the most powerful version of you, this community, I'm telling you right now, is where you need to be, because it's filled with God's chosen ones. And it's about self-mastery, self-awareness, emotional intelligence, but more importantly, it's about you mastering your mind. It's about you mastering what things mean to you. It's about you understanding that you're the problem, but you're getting ready to transform yourself into the solution. It's about understanding that you're a work in progress and a masterpiece, but now it's time to just be the masterpiece. To just be the masterpiece everywhere you go. You're showing up as the most powerful version of yourself. It's time. It's time. No more excuses, no more, okay, coach, I'll get around to it. No, time is right now. It's your most precious resource. Activate it. Okay? Activate it. So again, the Mindset Masters, you're going to have access to me and 2 other life coaches as well. You're going to get access to my live streams. I also do exclusive live streams only in this community. You're going to have access to my podcast. You're going to have access to what I write every single day. There's so many things that I deposit into the community every single day that never makes it onto social media, because I want it just for these students. I want these guys to have access to things that other people don't gain access to, period, because they're chosen ones, right? So I'm very careful about what I deposit in the information that we exchange in the community and all of those things. The community is about love. There's no negativity there. There's no drama there. There's no competition there. There's nothing to compete against, because everyone is on their own spiritual journey. The podcast is amazing. All of my live streams, there's probably 100, 120 live streams. And that's important, because that gives you the ability to go sit back, watch the live streams, take notes, pause, rewind, whatever it is you want to do, so that way you can become the most powerful version of yourself. And then again, just having access to me, having access to everything in there. The community is mind-blowing. I'm actually doing it a disservice right now, even trying to describe what it is, because I don't think you can put it into words. It's the fastest growing self-awareness community, self-mastery community on social media. It's phenomenal, and you won't know that until you get inside. The podcast is it's Mindset Masters. Everything is Mindset Masters. Yeah, the podcast is Mindset Masters. And everything is already in there. It's already archived in there. Like, so much value, it's crazy. The community is $1 a day. It's literally $29 a month. What does that mean? That means that for the $1 a day, the $29 a month, that means for the $29 for the community, it's going to bring you infinitely more. The value that you're going to receive versus the value that you put out is almost disrespectful. I'm going to be honest with you. It is. The value that you get back for the value that you give is mind-blowing. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's mind-blowing. And so the community is ready to go. All you guys need to do, if you're ready to sign up, here's the thing. If you're not there yet mentally, that's okay. If you're not there yet spiritually and emotionally, that's okay. But if you do have a burning desire to become something greater than you are in this moment, and if you know that you're one of his chosen ones, and you've just been trying to find a home, you've been trying to find a place where you can really go and become unlocked and become unleashed, this is a community for you. And just type me in the comments if you're ready to take your life to the next level. Especially if you're ready to take me on as a coach. You need to be ready if you're gonna take me on as a coach. Because you guys know I'm all gas pedal, no brakes. Okay, so this is all you have to do. Go to my profile page, and you'll see the little arrows that says join now. Click that link. Again, you got to leave the live, go to my profile page, click the link, and you'll see where it says join now. It says Mindset Masters Code. You'll see the link that's right there. You'll see that link. Click that link. It's going to take you to the sign-up page. It's going to probably take you 60 seconds. When you guys sign up, you're going to get a free copy of my book, because you're going to need this. Okay? When you sign up, you're going to get a free copy of my book, because you're going to need this. So once you get inside of the community, don't send me the message here on TikTok. Once you get inside of the community, send me a direct message and send me your email address, and then I'll get you a copy of the book. But you got to have the book. Let them know, Lynetta, you got to have the book. You don't have the book, you're going to be, I won't say you're going to be lost, but it's just, you need the book. The book's important for the book's important, period, for your transformation, but it's important so you understand the community even that much better. Sir Presley, I see you. I see you, big dog. So good to see you. So good to see you. So yeah, just go to my profile page. You guys go to the profile page. Click that link where it says join now. Yeah. If you want to just buy the book, you can take a screenshot, The Secret of Awareness, How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? The book's available on Amazon. So if you want to get a physical copy, you can get it on Amazon. No, the subscription is month to month. No, it's month to month. Yeah, month to month. No long-term anything, no contracts. We didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you may have your spiritual awakening in a month and then you pay for a whole year, right? You may get it in 2 months, in 3 months. You just never know. It's different for every single person. It's all predicated on the trauma, the wounds, whatever it is you've experienced, whatever hurt, whatever childhood wounds that you're carrying. Again, The Secret of Awareness is the name of the book. This book's a game changer and it's a bestseller. It's a game changer. It's a bestseller. So Secret of Awareness, How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? You can get it on Amazon right now. You'll have it in 2 days. You can get it on Amazon right now and you will have it on your doorstep 2 days from now and you're going to absolutely love it. No, it's not inaudible, but what you can do, Becky, is you can download Speechify and it's a free app. And if you download the Speechify app, it will read the book for you as if it were in audiobook format, if that makes sense. Yeah, Speechify is amazing. Speechify is amazing. Yeah, the book is amazing. How many of you guys have the book right now? Who has the book? Who's read the book already? Type me in the comments if you've already read the book. Please don't type me if you didn't read the book yet. Okay, Silver CEO, I know you knocked it out. Quarian Goddess, I know you. Quarian Goddess, you might be on read number 5 or 10. Okay, listen, you guys. I need some 5-star Amazon reviews. So do me a favor, if you guys have already read the book Aquarian Goddess, I know you left me a fire review. I need you guys to go on Amazon. Silver CEO, I know you're gonna do it for me. Yeah, I need you guys to go and leave and just how it hit you, how it impacted you. Just leave me. Love, I need you to do that for me. You guys, please don't say you're gonna do it and don't do it.